Hello, and thank you for joining us. We are following new developments this evening regarding the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today's Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. Take a close look at this video. This is who federal law enforcement officials want to speak to. The FBI released this surveillance footage showing a masked, armed individual outside of the home of Nancy Guthrie, tampering with her home security camera on the morning of her disappearance. The person is wearing a ski mask, backpack, and gloves, and has what appears to be a handgun of some type in a holster at the waist. Now, some of the images are a little bit clearer as well. We're going to cycle through them in a little bit, but just to remind everybody, Nancy Guthrie has not been seen since the night of January 31st when she was dropped off outside of her home. In a timeline given last week, police said that doorbell camera at her home disconnected at 1:47 in the morning the day she was taken, and software detected someone or something on a camera about 25 minutes later. Guthrie's pacemaker app showed a disconnect from her phone at 2:28 a.m. We have team coverage on this story. CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez is in Tucson, Arizona, and senior coordinating producer for our crime and public safety, Anna Schecter, is here with me in Studio 57. Andres, let's start with you. What more do we know about this video and what it means for the investigation?
Well, Lindsay, this clip was not available to law enforcement at first. They had to pull it from a back-end system from Google, who operates Nest cameras. You can see their watermark there in that video. And this is after the original doorbell video was no longer available. Remember, Nancy didn't pay for the cloud subscription to save that video. The FBI is calling this individual a subject, not a suspect, but they say the behavior in that clip is very important. They walk up directly to the camera, try to reach to mess with it, and they appear to be armed. Combine that with that critical 40-minute window that you highlighted there earlier. This individual is a key focus of this case. Right now, agents are analyzing the most basic details, the estimated height, the build, the way this person walks, and what they were wearing. They're asking the public to do the same, pay attention to those details. And if you recognize this individual, to give them a call. The FBI offering a $50,000 reward. Their tip number, 1-800-CALL-FBI.
What are we hearing from the Guthrie family?
Well, the video overall is very chilling to watch, and they are making it clear they do not know who this person is. Within the last 24 hours, her children have been posting messages on social media. Savannah Guthrie just yesterday describing this as a nightmare for the family, and they're thanking people for their prayers. And now they're urging Americans to take action, share these images and videos, check home security cameras, and call in any tip, no matter how small it might be.
Savannah, and that message we're showing on screen saying, "We believe she is still alive. Bring her home." Andres Gutierrez, thank you. Let's go to Anna Schecter now. What are your biggest takeaways from this? I mean, we have what looks to me like distinct enough features, thin eyebrows. The eyes are very distinct that somebody could know this person.
Well, but it's still challenging. I think someone who sees that coupled with the build and the gait, someone who's a family member who knows them well might recognize them. But it is a challenge that their face is covered for sure. That poses that challenge that you can't run it through facial recognition software. And it's also just hard for the public to see that face. That, you know, what really helped with the Luigi Mangione case is there was that very clear image of his eyes and eyebrows from the cab that was taken. It was a clearer image than that first image we got from the hostel. And I think that really helped those good Samaritans who saw him in that McDonald's and alerted police.
Why did it take so long to get this footage? And also, why did it take a few hours to release? Because FBI Director Patel posted on X that they uncovered these images this morning.
It's a great question. Andres alluded to this. We are a week after we know that Google was supporting law enforcement already. We spoke to Google last Wednesday, and they said we are supporting law enforcement. We can't talk more because of this ongoing investigation. We reached back out today, and they haven't responded. But they were already working on this probably Monday or Tuesday. It's a week. That's a really long time in with an investigation like this. This was a big challenge. Think about all the terabytes of data floating around. It was not saved in an easily accessible manner. And so it took this long. And it took several hours from this morning to this afternoon to put this out to the public because the FBI has to process it. They wanted to show it to the family first. And that took some time. It took a few hours. But if they first got it this morning and got it out this afternoon, that's, I think, a pretty quick turnaround time.
I think, you and I have been talking about the timeline, and I mentioned it. 1:47 in the morning, software detected somebody on camera 25 minutes later. 2:28 a.m., she disconnects the pacemaker from the phone. She didn't do that, but the pacemaker disconnected from the phone. It's that 45-minute window that is even more chilling of what happened in those 45 minutes, knowing that her blood was just outside those steps where that person is seen.
And now you see this masked, armed individual tampering with the camera. It's out of a nightmare, but it does. We've always known that whoever did this had a long time, who was there a long time. One of our sources told us that's like a lifetime when you're talking about criminal activity. Normally, a kidnapper wants to go in and out. But it probably took a little bit of time, disconnect at 1:47 a.m., then took a little bit of time in the house, and then to get her out of the house took a little bit of time. So it kind of makes sense if you piece this together, seeing who was doing this,
It
likely.
makes me sick to think about. All right, I do want to ask you one more question. So we have internet sleuths who are going to be going through everything. The ski mask, where were the gloves? But the gloves look a little bit different. The jacket that this person is wearing, the backpack, hopefully something distinct enough. We know that law enforcement wants tips. We also know they're like, look, 911 is not the place for comments on this case. So it's sort of a blessing and a curse to release this, because now they've got this flood of information they've got to weed through.
That's exactly right. That's a perfect way to put it, a blessing and a curse. All these people who are flooding to social media to guess what brand of gloves or backpack or guess who it is, those tips can be helpful, but they can also be really detrimental, and they can be hurtful to people. You can have the whole internet crowd around someone that someone thinks it might be, and it's not the right person. So we've got to be really careful. And I think it's a good message for our viewers. If you're thinking about posting who you think it might be, it's better to just contact law enforcement and let them do that work.
Anna Schecter, thank you so much. Officials are asking anyone who might have information regarding this individual to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. And later this hour, I'll speak with former senior FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole about these new videos and what they mean for the investigation. Following the release of those new images in the Guthrie case, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt described the president's reaction.
His initial reaction, of course, as all Americans, is just pure disgust. And again, it's heartbreaking to see now this footage really bring to life a story we've all been reading about. And again, we're just praying for the safety of Nancy Guthrie and that she will return home soon. And the president directed me to please encourage all Americans with any information to call the FBI. And we hope that this case will come to a positive resolution as soon as possible.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us now. Weijia, what more is the White House saying?
Well, Lindsay, it's notable that the White House press briefing started about 40 minutes late today, and that is because Caroline Leavitt came out and said she was reviewing the new surveillance images and video with President Trump, and that is the reason why she was running a little bit behind. You just heard directly from her. She also added that anybody who is involved in this depraved crime should be held to the fullest extent of the law, adding that President Trump wants anybody with information to come forward. This is a case, Lindsay, that is not only gripping the country, but certainly here, the White House as well, with President Trump now remarking several times. It's notable that on Friday, he actually said that there were some very strong clues that would soon be released. He said that we could have some answers coming up fairly soon. And he went even further to say that he wasn't just talking about a potential search for somebody, that he was talking about a solution and that things would be coming out that would be, quote, definitive. Now, what we don't know, Lindsay, is whether he was talking about this surveillance video that ultimately came out, more than 48 hours later. But it is notable that the president seemed optimistic a few days ago that there would be some kind of major development in this case. And of course, he is very closely monitoring this.
Yeah, somebody who's hanging on every word and every update in this story. That certainly was interesting when the president said that over the weekend.